Hey, welcome back. Glad you could be with me again today. You know, it seems lately I've just got a whole bunch of really unpleasant messages for people, but hey, you got to hear this stuff. And today's message is you're wrong. Yeah, I know that's not a very nice message, is it? Well, in horsemanship, you have to want to be wrong. Well, not so much want to be wrong, but willing to be wrong. Willing to accept the possibility that you were wrong. Whenever your horse does something and it's not quite what you wanted, don't blame the horse. You are wrong. Well, maybe only a tiny bit. Maybe it's something you're doing just not quite right, but I can assure you it's you that's wrong. And if you want to learn, that's another thing. You got to be willing to admit you're wrong in order to learn because, well, unless you're wrong, you can't do things new unless the old is wrong. Well, there are exceptions to that, of course, where, the old is good and the new is better. Like I said, there's always a better way. Try and find it. That's what I try and do. So, in that respect, yeah, you aren't necessarily wrong, but you have to always be willing to accept the possibility that you're wrong in what you're doing, particularly if it's not working very well and somebody else presents you with a new way, be it me or someone else, and they say, well, maybe try this way. Well, a lot of you are going to half-heartedly try it because, well, if it actually works, that means what you were doing before was wrong, and therefore you were wrong. Nobody wants to be wrong. Everybody wants to be right. But I'm telling you, if you want to be successful with horses, you got to be willing to be wrong. You have to be wrong a lot at the time because that's the only way you're going to grow. It's the only way you're going to learn. You learn from your mistakes and being wrong. And that's how you find out that, hey, it didn't work. Maybe I should try something else. And, well, maybe that doesn't work either, but so you're wrong twice. Eventually you're going to find something that works, though. But what happens is unless you're willing to admit that you're wrong, you're going to keep doing it the same way because you're going to go, hey, I'm right. It's got to be right. It's the stupid horse. That's the problem. Or it's that idiot driving that tractor outside. He's making too much noise, banging around with that bucket. And I don't care if he's got to put out hay. He's making too much noise. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I know. This kind of goes right along with the last video I just did where I said you got to accept responsibility. It's the same kind of thing, And there's just so many different aspects to this whole topic of, being responsible, being accountable, accepting the possibility of being wrong. Nobody likes that. It makes me look like a bit of a jerk, too. And I'm starting to feel kind of bad about all this stuff because I haven't exactly been the bearer of good news lately. Well, maybe we're going to have to fix that one of these days and give you something a little more exciting and a little more positive because it just doesn't always go over well like this. But the fact is, if you want to improve, and you got problems, you want to get better, you got to be wrong. Well, you got to be willing to admit you're wrong. That's how you get better, okay? Anyhow, a little bit off topic here, change of topic. Don't forget if you want to get, if you want to get notified every time I put out a new video, make sure you subscribe and click on the notifications beside that and click on all, and then you will get notified every time that there is a new video out, and then you can keep up on that sort of thing. And, well, maybe not everything I have to offer is exactly what you want, but hey, if you watch them all, they're not horribly long, and I'm sure that there's a few of them that can give you something to watch. And by the way, when you're trying to pick and choose, if you don't watch them all, don't go by the views. I don't know what the heck's going on with YouTube these days, but I've noticed on several of my recent videos, all of a sudden they dive down to next to nothing for views after they've already got lots. So don't base the number of views that a video has as to how good it is, because that just means that lots of people have watched it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's any good at all. Then again, ones that very few people have watched are actually, in my opinion, really good videos, and I don't understand it sometimes. But anyhow, if you have a YouTube channel where the number of views you're getting actually matters, I've talked about this before, and it's the first time I noticed it happening, and I've noticed it's happened several times since. I don't know if it's happening to my older videos or not, but I don't go back through all of them because I got quite a few, but I have definitely noticed that on some of my more recent ones, sometimes we've lost 2/3 or 3/4 of the views. All of a sudden, they just poof, disappear. So take note. The number of views on my videos doesn't actually mean a darn thing, and if the views matters to you on your channel, well, maybe you want to take it up with YouTube. I don't really care, and I know whether or not it's worth watching. That's all that matters. So, again, if you don't want to miss anything, subscribe. Click on all for the notifications, and you'll get notified every time there's a video. And, well, if you want to get better, don't be afraid to admit you're wrong. Have a good day.